Hello everyone, my name is Shraddha Bhoy, and in today's video, we are diving into detailed statistical analysis using dataset ELIMAP 2. In this video, we are going to tackle two key questions, that is the relationship between student academic performance, that is API 00, and the percentage of teacher with full credentials, that is the column full. The second question is how a categorized version of grad school predicts student academic performance. So let's get started. In the first question, we start by exploring whether the percentage of fully credentialed teachers in a school has any impact on students' academic performance. So here we first calculated Pearson correlation coefficient between API 00 and full, where we can see that our R is 0.574 and the p-value is less than 0.001, and in lower 90% confidence interval we can see it is 0.505, and in upper 95% we can see it's 0.0637. So this tells us that there is a moderate statistically significant positive correlation. That means as the percentage of fully credentialed teacher increases, the student's academic performance also increases. So in the plots, we can see the similar thing. Like as we see, there is an increase in the like percentage of teachers' credentials, and also the students' performance also got increased. So next, we did we run a simple linear regression where API is the dependent variable and full is the predator. So as we can see in the model summary, the R is 0.574 and R squared is 0.330. And we also see that the root mean square error, that is RMSE, is 116.586. So here we can see that about 33% of the variation in the academic performance is explained by the percentage of fully credentialed teachers. And as we move forward, we can see in the ANOVA table that our F statistic is almost like 195.987, where our degree of freedom is almost equals to 1398%. And as we can see that our p-value is less than 0.001. We also saw that same p-value in the correlation when we tested the correlation. So, in this, in the F test confirms the regression model is statistically significant. This means the relationship between the full and the API 00 column is not due to random chances. So, as we move further in the coefficient table, from the regression model, the intercept is 185.50, whereas the coefficient for full is it's 5.46. So the regression equation becomes that the API 00 is equal to 185.505 plus 5.466 into the full. Also, here we can state that for every 1% increase in fully confident teacher, the student performance score is also expected to increase by 5.466 points. And in the graph, and that is the marginal effect plot, we can see that the scatter plot showing a rise trend in API 00 with the full. The regression line represent the predicted values, and while the confidence band, this is this light shaded one around the line, indicates the precision of prediction. So the marginal effect plot further illustrates that the positive relationship with a narrow confidence interval. Now moving towards the second question, that was, are using categorical variable to predict API 00. So now we analyze that how a categorical variable derived from grad school predicts a student's performance. For this question, we created a new variable, that is grad cat. So grad cat was calculated by dividing the grad grad college degree, that is graduated degree, into three equal split parts, that is low, medium, and high. So after that, we ran a linear regression using GradCat, the column which we created, to predict API 00. So in this, we got our R equals to 0.484, while our R square stand 0.234, and adjusted R square is 0.230. And we also got our RMSE equal to 124.823. So we can see that this model explains about 23.4% of the variance in the student performance using the categorized grad school variable. Now, further moving to the ANOVA table, we see that our F, we see that our F stands to 60.592, and our P value is less than 0.001. So this means that this model is statistically significant, and GradCal significantly predicts API 00 column. So when we look at the coefficient table, the reference group is high. The reference group is high grad school. The intercept for high is 84.11%. And we can see that low group coefficient that comes to minus 261.091. And for the medium group coefficient, it came around minus 58.625. 68.25. So here, what has happened is the student in the low category performed significantly worse than the high group. The medium group is not that much like significantly different from the high, but this highlights that the less exposure to graduate level trained teachers is associated with the lower student performances. And in the plot interaction, we can also see that the highest predicted performance in the high group, while the lowest is the low group with a visible drop in this, while the medium group tends to stand in between those high and low group. So this error bars, you can see that there is this for high, it is very like broadened, for low, it's small, and medium, it's like this. So this indicates that there is a statistical significance. The low group is significantly lower than the high, while the medium group overlaps with the high. So we can conclude that in question number one, we found a moderate positive significant relationship between teacher credentials and student performance. While in question number two, students from schools with fewer graduate level teachers had significantly lower academic performance compared to those from with much more such teachers. So this finding emphasizes the critical role of teacher qualification in shaping student success. And most importantly, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insightful background. Thank you for watching.